Welcome back to MS and Me, My Story. I want to thank you all for coming back and supporting me and sharing the love and sharing the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This episode is going to be on the top 5, 6, maybe even 7 things that have helped me the most since I have had my MS. So let's get into it. First and foremost, I said it earlier, I do believe, and it is food. Food is so important. The most simplest analogy, metaphor I can give, I think, is kind of like you're given, someone just hands you a Lamborghini, the keys to a Lamborghini, and then you're like, that's awesome, I love that Lamborghini, that's so cool, I want to drive it so fast, but then it takes, you want to put premium gas in it at all times, best gas can get, but you're like, yeah, well, but I don't got it, and I could spend the money on it, but it's just easier if I don't, so I'm going to just put sugar and a little bit of water in the gas tank and see what happens. So there's probably not a lot of people that would actually do that to a car, or just, whatever. Maybe you just want to pee in your gas tank, but you wouldn't do that. You just wouldn't do that. So your body is the Lamborghini. Please try your best to feed it the best you can. It's as simple as that. And I understand it's not that easy. There's organic foods that make it super expensive and hard and yada yada, but just be conscious about what you're putting in. And again, it goes both ways. Don't beat yourself up either when you decide to cheat or bend your diet rules. It happens. There's no point of pouring on the negativity, so just enjoy what you're eating at that time. And just to make a mental note, try to do better next time. Keep on giving yourself forgiveness and love. Right, so number 1, food. Number 2, let's say the ayahuasca, the plant medicine. That was a huge journey for me. It helped me incredibly with all the ceremonies that I had and all the conversations that I had with the medicine, and the realizations that came through, that anything is possible. You just need to put your energy and your time to it, and it will happen, and it will conspire. 2 or 3, let's say 3 would have been Kambo. Kambo was a huge thing for me as well. A big purge, big detox, full neurosystemic reset. It's a tough medicine, but it is short and quick, and it does its job. It has helped me a lot. And yeah. Backstepping, backpedaling, backstroking to the ayahuasca, some of these journeys and some of these realizations are so deep into the fact that it's, for me, the biggest realization that I got to find out is that I am the one who gave myself MS. I wished it upon myself and wished I was dead. I was pretty depressed as a young kid. That's all I did was wish and pray that I was dead or in the hospital and all this stuff. And then once I finally realized in the ceremony that actually it was me putting all that energy and all that manifestation to eventually getting MS. Another thing that has helped me a lot, and actually was even mentioned by my doctors, is the good old Ganja. Ganja is the Sanskrit word for marijuana. It is, I talk about the spirits of plants and whatnot, and some people refer to spirits or plants as female or masculine or feminine. Ganja is actually just the spirit, and it embodies all the hermaphrodite, the male and the female. So it is the spirit of ganja, not the female spirit, not the male spirit. It is the spirit of ganja, and it incorporates all marijuana plants, female, hermaphrodite, and male. So one of the things the doctor says is that probably the amount of marijuana that I smoked over my time being a child, it probably suppressed and held back my symptoms and me getting diagnosed with MS sooner. So aho to the ganja spirit as I spark up. Now, don't get me wrong, inhaling burnt things is probably not the best thing. I understand that. I myself would like to move a little more towards eating more oils and smoking a little bit less, which I am currently doing. But it does help me with my mood, with the stress, and that is moving on to number 4 of these things that have helped me contain my symptoms and my energy, and is again these realizations that come with drinking this medicine, the plant medicine Aya, is so deep and profound, and that it's sorry, I've lost my train of thought. It's so deep and profound that it teaches you about how to listen to your body and where to hold off and where to, move forward and trudge forward. One of the best pieces of advice that I got from one of the doctors that I have had the opportunity to talk to is he explained MS and what happens with the fatigue and the energy is like I get $5 of allowance. Like when we were a kid, we got an allowance, and I just made it up. Okay, $5 per day, let's say. So that is the allowance that I get. So I have to now learn what those $5 mean to me during the day for my energy. And if I and I go rock climbing or go for a couple hour hike, that's, taking a few 3 hours of those, or $4 of my $5. If I run out and I use all those $5, my allowance during a day, that'll take me a day and a half to kind of recuperate and get all that energy back so I can have a day with all that energy. So that's kind of the best way that it was explained to me. And so learning how to use that energy in the right way, and it's like, you don't understand that. Maybe at the time I was taking care of my nieces, so he was trying to give me examples of that time. So, he says you go taking your nieces rock climbing for a couple of hours, that takes, $2 or $3 of your energy. You worked all day or whatever, let's say 4 or 5 hours at work or part-time, that takes another 4. And then you get home and you're like feeling you're a little run down, but you still got some energy. Then your friend calls you and is like, all right, let's go hang out at the pub and go get some dinner and drink or whatever. And, you don't realize that going out and having that talk or hang out in that environment is, everything is taking your energy. When someone walks by, you notice that this waitress walks by holding a tray of 3 glasses and 1 beer. And there's the slot machines dinging off in the back. And all these things are taking tiny bits of energy to process into the brain as I see them and take them in. So it's weird. You don't think of energy when you don't have MS in that way, in that shape or form, and seeing that your energy is drained by talking or by listening and paying attention or having all those things around you at once. So again, this medicine has helped me realize how to listen to my body better, and of course to lower my stress about anything and everything I can. So this is probably number 5 or 6 that I'm on. Learning how stress affects my MS is a really big factor. It is one of the number one things that kind of like agitates it, brings it on, makes it more difficult to work with, is stress levels. And so again, that is something that we are always doing to strive to alleviate and make it as little as stressful as possible. So where are we at now? When I first got down here, one of the things that I found that helped me quite a bit was called a Vapour, which is more or less a steam or a sauna. In this case, I would go out and grab their 14 different leaves of these 14 different plants, the leaves of these plants, boil them in a big pot, and then go sit above this pot covered in blankets and sweat until the bottoms of my feet are sweating. About 20 minutes, 2 times a day for 20 days, and it really, really helped with all of my symptoms. I used to have restless leg syndrome trying to sleep. It was, pretty, aggravating and difficult. It was every night. That calmed down. I would have these things which I call zingers myself. I'm sure there's a medical term for them. Actually, it's like where the electrical shock goes up from your neck to your brain here. Those went away substantially. I am umming a lot today. So yeah, stress is a big thing to watch out for, try to alleviate, try to work around, do your best to lower it the best you can in all ways, shapes, and forms. Number one, and probably the hardest thing that I'm still working on, honestly, is full 100% forgiveness and of yourself, to yourself, and just starting to learn to love yourself and accept love that others want to give to you and not being so rejected around it. There's the again. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I'm learning. I'm always learning. I've got things to work on. I'm human. I'm always gonna have something to work on. Like my I'm working on, but it's hard, and it's real though. It's so real. So just give yourself some love. When you see yourself in the mirror, look deep into your own eyes and tell yourself that you love yourself and how beautiful you are and how strong you are and how grateful you are to be breathing on this very day. Because really, in the end, it's all about being right here, right now. Not thinking about the past, not thinking about the future. I know I've said it somewhere in one of my other videos. Be here now. And all you can do is practice. Alright, this video is on 13 minutes, one of my longest videos. So, yeah. Thank you so much for your support and love. Please share, like, comment, and tell me something else you'd like to know, how I deal with, how I don't deal with, what I've dealt with, and I will try and get back to you sooner than later. I love you all. Thanks again. Peace.